You didn't fail the test. You didn't even know there was one. That's what makes this particular kind of confusion so disorienting. The standard was never stated out loud. No one handed you a rubric. No one explained what they were watching for. And yet somehow, a judgment was made. The question isn't whether women measure masculinity. They do, and so does every human evaluating another for safety, reliability, and depth. The real question is, what are they actually measuring? Most men spend years trying to perform the visible version of masculinity. The physique. The status. The confident voice in a room. And sometimes it works on the surface. But there's a quieter, deeper layer of evaluation happening underneath. One that has nothing to do with performance and everything to do with presence. Women, like all social animals, are extraordinarily sensitive to behavioral signals. Evolutionary psychologists call this biosocial assessment. The unconscious reading of cues that indicate long-term reliability, emotional regulation, and genuine strength. Not the idea of strength. The evidence of it. And that evidence shows up in the smallest moments. The ones you'd never think to rehearse. Before we name the 7, here's what's happening in the brain. The human mind runs 2 parallel systems simultaneously. System 1 fast, emotional, automatic. System 2 slow, logical, deliberate. Attraction and trust assessments happen almost entirely in System 1. Which means by the time a woman consciously thinks, there's something about him, the evaluation is already complete. Think of it like a sonar system. She isn't scanning for obvious signals. She's reading the frequency, the subtle vibrations beneath the surface. Here are the 7 frequencies that matter most. 1. How you handle discomfort without exiting. When a conversation gets difficult, most people leave physically or emotionally. They change the subject. They joke. They shut down. Staying present through discomfort signals nervous system regulation. In behavioral psychology, this is distress tolerance, and it reads, unconsciously, as safety. 2. What you do when no one is watching. Consistency between public and private behavior is one of the strongest indicators of character. The brain's anterior insula processes authenticity cues. Inconsistency triggers low-level alarm. You don't notice it. She does. Visual, empty room, single lamp, quiet stillness. 3. How you speak about other people. The way you describe your past, your exes, your rivals, your disappointments reveals your relationship with accountability. Chronic blame externalizes failure. The brain reads this as low locus of control, and low locus of control predicts unreliability. Not consciously. Instinctively. 4. Whether your actions and words are the same thing. Behavioral integrity, the alignment between what you say and what you do, is tracked automatically by the social brain. A small kept promise registers more deeply than a large stated intention. Always. 5. How you tolerate being wrong. The ability to say I was wrong without collapsing or deflecting requires a stable sense of self. Psychologists call this ego strength. Men with high ego strength don't need to be right to feel safe. That security is legible, and it reads as maturity. 6. How present you are in ordinary moments. Not grand gestures. The quiet act of noticing. Remembering something small she mentioned. Being still when stillness is needed. Presence is a form of respect. And the nervous system tracks it. 7. Your relationship with your own growth. Men who take their inner development seriously. Who read, reflect, question, and evolve signal something the brain recognizes as long-term investment potential. Not ambition for status. Investment in becoming. Here's the model to remember. Women don't measure masculinity by what you project. They measure it by what leaks through when you're not projecting anything. The sonar reads what the performance can't hide and what genuine groundedness can't conceal either. The men who understand this stop performing. They start becoming. And that shift, quiet, internal, invisible to most, is the one that changes everything. You were never supposed to pass a test. You were supposed to be someone who didn't need to.